Cup of tea, check. Been to the loo, check. Some tasty snacks by my side, check. Why do I need those things? And why do you probably need those things too? Other drinks are available, of course. But the reason is, this is one of the more long-winded delves. Even though it's easy, and it is easy because we get basically multiple summons with this, so it's only a matter of time before we win, it is absolutely time consuming. So, but when I've done the difficulty thing on this, when I've done a video a short while back showing the easiest to the hardest on how to do these, levels 500 using the delve team, it was based on basically how easy the completion was, not so much how long it takes to actually do them. And this is one of the ones that's easy, but it is, my word, very long-winded. And it's mainly because of the last battle, which I'll explain when we come to it, because it's a absolutely lovely surprise. You're going to be absolutely loving it. But let's take a look at the troop which I didn't use, because it is optional. You can use the other troop which I didn't use if you want a more gung-ho, in-your-face, up-and-at-'em kind of style game. Kobold does deal damage to an enemy boosted by skulls, and then either gains an extra turn or creates 7 skulls. If it gains an extra turn, happy days. If it creates those 7 skulls, that can obviously work for you or against you. The trouble is 7 skulls isn't that much. It's often unlikely to result in an extra turn. If you trade skull hits with the enemy, they are going to hit pretty much way harder than you, and you're going to come off worse most of the time, which is why I didn't use that troop. Kobold Knight does damage to the first 2 enemies and stuns them, which is useful. Either gains an extra turn or gains a largely insignificant amount of armor considering the kind of enemies we're up against, but does have reduced damage from skulls by 30%, so not too bad there. Kobold Magi destroys a column generating mana, so look for a column that has colours in that we use, like red, yellow, blue, brown, anything like that. Then deals scatter damage, then either gains an extra turn or gains 12 magic. Again, that 12 magic doesn't sound a lot, but when that comes in, and it happens a few times in a row, that scatter damage can go up pretty quickly. And does gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. So every single cast, that scatter damage does go up slow but sure. EMPERINAZAR is one of the keys to this team. In fact, it is the key really. Gives life to all allies, and it's a decent amount too. Summons a random kobold, so if you lose the top troop, don't panic, it doesn't really matter. You can just bring another one in. Then either gain an extra turn or summon another kobold. But one of the reasons we have 2 of these is because of that EMPERINA's Blessing. Give 2 life and magic to all allies when matching 4 or more gems. So that becomes give 4 life and 4 magic to all allies when matching 4 or more gems. So look out for 4 matches, really, really important, and just go at it. But yeah, don't get a false sense of security when you go through the first few levels fairly easily. It's the last level which is an absolute pain. We'll deal with that when we come to it. And if you watched all this video, then I'm going to say already you are a hero, because it is not going to be a short one. I can tell you that already. So we'll grab ourselves some red. I know it's not going to be a short one because the pain of the last stage of this is still fresh in my memory. I don't mean pain as in difficulty, I mean pain as in just how long it took and how much of a pain it is. No, we've got the extra turn. That's what we don't want. You don't really want the extra turn on this because you want the magic boost. But yeah. And you can just give yourself life almost indefinitely with EMPERINAZARs, so it is not difficult, but but it is long-winded. In these early stages, we're just looking to get up our damage dealers and just chip away at them while making sure we look after our top troops at the same time. Couple of skull hits there. There's nothing going on for your EMPERINAZAR. I mean for your top troop. Cast your EMPERINAZARs. Take 4 matches though. Slowly but surely builds up our damage. Alright, let's cast this, do the damage and get the stun. Scatter damage. Look for any column that's got a decent amount of colours in it we use. It's all a bit All over the place really, but we got a lucky 4 match out of that. Not too shabby. No real benefit to taking green because both our EMPERINAZARs are ready to cast, so we may as well just do that instead. Nice bunch of life, bit of blue and a skull whack. So yeah, that's the first enemy dealt with. Just because this is one of the, in quotes, easiest ones on the list, don't go thinking that it's, you know, an absolute walk in the park. Time-wise, it's not. It's like, does need a certain amount of respect. If you just go about it gung-ho, you can come unstuck. Like I say, it doesn't matter too much if you lose a top troop. It is better to keep it there if you can, because I like the stun. I like the fact that it doesn't mana block the second troop, because if you get a summon with EMPERINAZAR, it can be another one of these. And if it is, then basically you're going to be restricted on how much damage you do, sort of thing, because it's going to be mana blocked by the first one, which isn't going to get have the boost in magic that the other ones may have received by now. So this scatter damage is becoming more effective because we only have 2 enemies left now. Come pressed. See if we can get that troop up. Stick the old stun on them. Yep, or whatever. You go for it, Sonny Jim. Not too much though. Yeah. Just gonna sort the top one out. Let's give him a skull whack. May as well get that. See if it causes any more cascades. Got yellow for our scatter damage troop. It's going to be close to being enough. No, not quite. Still need one more whack of some sort after this. That's okay. It won't take long. This is the speedy stuff on this level. Not even kidding. We can take that. It's all good. Blue hiding over there in the corner. That gets rid of him. That is the first stage done. Let's crack on with it. Do not want this being an hour-long video, but depends how the last stage goes, because it can be just unavoidable. Ah, first sip of my tea on 7-8 minutes. This is kind of not good, but it is good at the same time. Just building up my endurance for this. If you watch this whole video, you are a hero. I'm going to put some secret messages in this video at different points and get you to call them out in the comments. This way I know who watched the whole video. And doesn't sound what I'm expecting anybody to watch the whole video, by the way. It's just heroic of you if you do. And let's do that, get him stunned. So our skull damage does a bit more, because ordinarily that thing does 50% reduction from skulls, which can slow your skulls up. At the stage where we want to start casting some of our EMPERINAZARs in a minute, because we want to make sure we survive if we can. Alright, it's quite a lot of brown there, but we can take some away. That's an extra turn. Because these rockworms can actually be pretty annoying. Does damage to the last enemy, then create 7 brown gems. So there's a couple of them there that can be annoying. We've taken away some brown. We can take away some more with this as well, because that does the scatter damage. So we'll cast it there. Get them web gems at the same time. Now Rock Troll is about to get excited. Fair amount of brown there though, so they may well charge up their team. But let's make sure we get that bit of damage and a bit more stun. It's kind of a balancing act. These early games are easy enough. It's just a bit of a balancing act of basically getting mana while at the same time keeping your EMPERINAZARs ready to cast and keeping your life topped up on your troops. We're not too bad at the moment. Looks like 215 is low, but kind of got to be wary of it because obviously 2 unlucky skull hits in a row and top troops done for. But again, not that worried about the top troop. It's better if it stays there, like I say, because of the way the stun works. Yeah, I'm get green and brown at the same time. Yeah, nice bit of luck there on the old skull passage. Still need 2 hits on there. Rock Troll, well, he's going to be finished now. That's good. That's where the stun really is useful. And Rock Worms can actually kind of help us out a little bit in those 4 matches if it doesn't work out for them. What we got? What we got? A bit more brown. Make it a bit harder for their Rock Worm. Give us brown and yellow. Need to cast my EMPERINAZARs because that does damage to the last enemy all the time. So that's chipping away at my last EMPERINAZAR. And if you do one thing, it's make sure both your EMPERINAZARs survive to the last stage. Really important. Bit annoying with their summons, but it's going to happen. My scatter trooper is webbed, so we're going to be doing not a lot of damage right now. So we'll wait for them to get cleansed off. Let's get them sorted out. That was a nice little flurry. I don't mean a McFlurry. Come on. Where's me cleanse? Right, let's just make sure we get enough health again. So mainly, you just got to pay attention to your EMPERINAZARs, make sure they don't get in any trouble because it is easy to get the life back for them. This is why it's an easy delve to complete. The hardest thing about it is basically how long it takes. It's been rather mean to me in my colours. But we're getting there. Slow but sure. Yeah, done for. Come on, get cleansed you. Top troops thinking, geez, I'm doing all the heavy lifting here. This is like, when are you going to start helping out? But I'm covered in cobwebs, I can't do nothing. That's what that second troop probably says. Probably in that voice. Probably not. Uh-oh, this is only the second or third fight and I'm showing signs of madness already. It's not good. So let's do that to get some of our colours. Keep an eye on our life. 170, that's a little bit low. Let's make sure we get topped up again. Haven't done these for ages. Alright, so that's going to be a decent amount of damage on you two. And a skull whack. Try and get this thing out of the way because it does have a summon at the same time, which is a bit annoying. Right, so give me yellow and brown. Probably the best choice there. Good. Got rid of that spider before I had a chance to do another summon. This becomes compressed now, so that all goes on to that single target, which is quite... Oh, so I wasn't looking, was I? Let's choose this column then. Oh, that was quite good. Done a stupid move. I didn't take the 4 match first, and then got it straight back again. That was kind of groovy. Rock Trum, Walk Trum, Walk... Who? Rock Trum, Walk Trum, Rock Bum. He's nearly dealt with. Come on, mate. Stop messing around. You know you ain't going to make it. Better off just killing over now and just accepting your fate. Right, another little sip of my tea. 2 fights in. Third one. Video's already 16 minutes long. And I already can't wait for the last battle. You'll see what I mean when we get there in a second. It's joy on a grand scale. So we start looking to cast this almost as much as you can in the hope to get that magic boost. Every 4 match boosts up its magic at the same time. We're already in a couple of rounds anyway with that, so I might just take that instead. And I'm going to speed up our EMPERINAZARs because that is the key to make sure we keep our team alive, particularly this troop here. Right, no extra turn. I don't want an extra turn because I want the extra magic boost. And look at the extra turn. Every time. Every single time. Oof. Oof. Checking for these ones that do poison or death mark or something when doing skull damage. Pretty important to look out for the enemy's traits at the same time. Don't want any nasty surprises. Extra turn. Don't need green, so I'll cast this. Don't need purple either. So cast it again. More life is more life. Sometimes you can kind of make the AI waste its turn while gaining, effectively doing a move for you, which is like a free move in a way. Not too worried about taking a skull hit in a way if I do this, but give him a skull hit whichever way you look at it. What's my +2 yellow? Could get red and yellow at the same time, but let's just do this. Scatter damage should. Come on, give me... Yes, I've got the magic boost. It's actually what you want. Don't really need that. I'd rather get red for my scatter troop. That worked out all right. Again, take red while it's there. It's important to get this damage up. Important to get the stun, no one knows. Always good to stop any benefit which the enemy may be getting from their spells. Get in there, slowly but surely. Keep an eye on your EMPERINAZARs, make sure their health is good. Look around for 4 matches and nothing particularly doing. Let's get the stun going again. Keep the enemy stunned if you can. Again, casting this again, hoping for the not extra turn, which we got, which means we got the magic boost. Gone up to 159. Scatter damage has gone up again now at 163 because of the way the traits work on our team. That might be very nice. So just keep a nice balance of health on your team and keeping EMPERINAZAR charged at the same time. As if you just need a bit more life, just you can cast them. I like to cast them back to back sometimes, just to get ourselves plenty of life. Could be wary of Venoxia here. 110 true damage to all enemies. Bit annoying because you want to deny it purple in a way, but we don't use purple, so we'll rely on EMPERINAZAR to make sure our life gets topped up. But that thing can repeat, can cast and get an extra turn. Like that. Right, let's get the damage going again. We're doing now 167. So we are getting there. This is going to be brown and red. So I'll cast this first. Let's take out. That's got yellow and blue. That one's probably better. Bit more damage. You do that. We're about to be kaputted. Just Venoxia to go. Get green when we can. Hardly any point taking purple in a way. Get this compressed scatter damage now, so all that will go onto Venoxia. You can do the opposite sort of tactic now. You can take out the colours that Venoxia uses. But with our troops here, we can just give ourselves plenty of life. So should not be a problem. That came out of nowhere, rather. But again, doesn't really matter. It's actually a good tip, actually. This is a kind of glad that happened. Because what you should do now is not finish off Venoxia. This is not going to kill her anyway. But you want to make sure now you get your EMPERINAZAR charged up. And make sure you cast it before we go on to the last stage. Let's get 4 matches when they're there. For brown or green. Green in particular, because that's what Venoxia uses as well. Let's do it that way. So I'm checking I don't actually kill her, because you want to make sure. She's not going to kill with that strength anyway, so let's... make sure we get our summon in place. There we go. Now that is actually quite a handy troop in a way for the last stage, and the reason is it's the one that can target an enemy. So we can actually target EMPERINAZAR with this, which is quite good. You're completely winging it with the skulls, obviously, as I explained earlier. But yeah, you got to take the rough with the smooth on that. Said the porcupine to the hedgehog. And let's finish Venoxia off and head to the joyous, the fun of fun. Last stage, 26 minutes in. Boom shakalaka. Shout boom shakalaka if you've watched this far so far. And you are a hero. No, a semi-hero. Because there might be another one of these shout outs at some point. So shout boom shakalaka if you've watched all the way so far in the comments. Shout boom shakalaka, I'm a hero. Yes.